Rachel, and I'm thrilled you're here for a Decorate With Me Halloween video. Plus, 2 more Dollar Tree Halloween themed DIYs for you, mostly using just black poster board, including this cute little banner right here. What makes this Decorate With Me video so special is that all of the items you guys are going to see that were either from the Dollar Tree, DIYs from the Dollar Tree, or cost $1 at Target. So I want to show you guys that you can do really cute, really festive Halloween decor without breaking the bank. First, we have our DIY paper bats. I made these in my Dollar Tree DIY Halloween video last year. I will go ahead and leave a link to that in the description box below. These are so simple using just black paper. If you guys are nervous about your skills with it, I have a stencil for you. Is a link to download that in the description box. And then these cute little velvet pumpkins were $1 from the Dollar Tree. I got 6 of them. I'm obsessed. I love green, I love orange, and then they have these kind of really cool like brown and neutral tones that I knew would be really great because this is a very colorful room we are in right now. I also found this weird little like a sandbag ghost at the Dollar Tree. My husband makes fun of it. He calls it Pepe Le Ghost because he thinks that it looks like a French goatee happening there. I personally thought it reminded me of this creature from A Nightmare Before Christmas. Either way, it was $1. It was really cute. And then this vase candy bowl situation is one of the Dollar Tree DIYs I did this year. So go ahead, watch that video, see how to make that. Over here is a couple items that I had left over from last year. So we have a skull from the Dollar Tree that I just spray painted black. And then this is just a white pillar candle. I melted a red candle over it. And then I got this skeleton bird from the dollar store as well. I got a couple of vases. Again, this is a Dollar Tree DIY from last year. And all I did was I scuffed up the outsides of the bottles with some sandpaper, some glue. Inside, it's just water and food coloring. And I made these fun little apothecary jars that I'm obsessed with. I added a nice amount of color and height to the space. And I like that we're bringing in the greens from over here, the red from the candle, all into it, and some more pumpkins. The black creepy cloth is from the dollar store as well. And then I just took some cobwebbing and hung it over my mirror and down onto the mantle space. Added a couple of spiders that came with it, and then this bonus larger one from the dollar store. And then the ghost garland you see behind me is from my latest Dollar Tree DIY video as well. And of course we have our Cousin It. I just love the neutral tone and texture that Cousin It brings to the fireplace. It definitely kind of softens it. It makes it a little bit neutral. It gives it some height. Now the tricky part about decorating for Halloween in my house is my open shelving in my kitchen. So the previous owners installed this really gorgeous backsplash, and when I first walked into the house I was like, oh wow, that's really bold. I really like it. I would never go that bold. After living here for a little while, it is kind of busy and it does make it a little challenging to style. So you have to keep everything on the shelves really simple, otherwise it clashes very easily. So the first shelf I left pretty much the same. These are just our everyday dishes that we use all of the time. For the second shelf, I switched things up a little bit. I found this cute little photo at the dollar store, and then I found these felt wool pumpkins that were $1 each at Target. And let me tell you, your Target probably is already sold out on them. Hit the link in the description box to order them online, because I went back to Target not even a week after I bought these and they were down to like 3 left. They are going to go so fast, but they are really, really cute and totally worth it. And I loved kind of the softer farmhouse feel. It's just like neutral and it works really well with the plates in our kitchen and stuff like that. And then for the top shelf, I had a hard time styling this, but I finally clicked for me. I added a little bit of creepy cloth to kind of bring the eyes down / bring them up. All I did was I had this black spiderweb basket from the Dollar Tree left over from last year. I had a few extra skulls. I threw them in, and since I'm looking up at this shelf all the time, I pointed one of the skulls to look down so that you could really see what was in there. That was one of the challenges with this shelf. It is so high up that you almost can't really see some of the items that you may want to put up there. And then I just used different pillar candles. For the paper witch's hat, what you're gonna need is You'll start by cutting a half circle out of one of your black pieces of poster board, and then with your half circle cut out, you'll just form it so it makes a cone shape and add a little bit of hot glue to seal that in place. Next, you're going to take your cone shape and place it on top of the other sheet of black poster paper. And loosely, you can definitely use like a protractor or something to make this perfect, but I just loosely traced a circle that was about 2 inches wider than where my cone was hitting. And this is going to be the brim of your hat. Cut that out, and then I cut out a smaller circle from that, so essentially making an O shape and making sure to keep the width of how wide I wanted my brim intact. From there, you'll slide your O on top of your cone, and you should have about a ½ inch, ¼ inch, maybe an inch sticking out. You'll see the O doesn't go all the way down. From there, what you're gonna do is just kind of take note how much of the cone is sticking out below the O and cut slits up around the edge that depth. From there, you'll fold those up so they're little flaps pointing up, facing your ceiling. Add a drop of hot glue, and then slide that O form back over so that it lays flat on top. So you'll have your flap, your hot glue, and then your O shape, and you will see it magically goes from being a mess into a hat shape. And if you want, you can go ahead and decorate this using spider stickers, glitter, whatever. I decided to use a little bit of the purple tubing around the brim, and go ahead, you can put these on a table, you can put these on a shelf. I hung mine from our entryway ceiling, so as soon as you walk in, it leads you to our full-length mirror where I ornament wreath I made, added a few extra bats, and had one of the Dollar Tree skeleton garlands. For the Hey Boo garland, it is so simple. All you're gonna need is, in the description box below, I will link a stencil that you guys can go ahead and download for this. And it has like a ton of other printable things, from coloring pages for your kids, matching toddler activity, the stencil for the bats that I showed you guys earlier. So it's just like a whole 21-page printable document for you. I went ahead, printed out my ghost, just taped that on with a little Scotch tape to the white felt. I wish I would have folded the felt in half though, so I was cutting both ghost forms at the same time, so that's a little tip for you. Traced the rim of the ghost with a little bit of hot glue, making sure to leave a small opening where I did not put glue on, and that is where our stuffing is gonna go. So once you have your ghost cut out and glued off, about 90% of the way glued, you would just go ahead and add in that old pillow stuffing or that fluffed up spider cobwebbing, making sure to not overstuff it. I overstuffed mine just a little bit. Once you have it stuffed to your liking, you'll just add a little bit more hot glue to seal it off. As far as the actual Hey Boo text goes, I went ahead, cut my black poster board into 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper so it would fit into my printer. And then I just went ahead and printed the stencil that I told you guys I linked in the description box below directly onto the black paper. Cut that out. Definitely make sure you're careful at the B's and the O's, getting out those little middle pieces. I cut my finger a little bit. From there, you'll just hot glue the back of your letters and your ghost and attach it onto your string. And then if you want to, I grabbed a black marker and just added some eyes onto my ghost. And there you have it, Hey Boo banner. Make sure to hit that notification and subscribe button because I'm gonna be sharing with you guys 2 different videos, I think. Maybe I'll do one, I'm not sure yet, on some Halloween toddler activities I've been doing with my daughter, so you definitely won't wanna miss this. I hope this gave you guys some ideas for how you could decorate your space on a budget. Again, everything you see here was either from the Dollar Tree or cost $1 from Target. I would love to see how you guys end up decorating. Hit me up on Instagram at the Confused Millennial if you guys use any of these. And until next time, I'm Rachel.